What is going on, guys, and welcome back once again to our Washington Capitals BAGM mode. So, in the last episode, we went ahead and got the re-sign stage, got the draft, all that stuff done. We ended up taking a player that was pretty cool. We ended up taking a power forward. His name was Jacob Lapierre, I believe. You can see him right there. Jacob Lapierre, and he's going to be a project, okay? He's 58 overall, and we already went through all that. But I remember I drafted a power forward in one of my old GM modes, and he got to be like 88 overall. He was just a force, like pretty much the same size that Jacob Lapierre was, but like he put up like 50 to 60 points. He was a beast, and his name was Vince Ryder. The Mark Messier Ego account reminded me. He also threw in there, this guy's 1,000 times better than Kovalchuk. Just a little bit of banter there, but yeah, so that was pretty cool. I remember that. So I hope that Jacob Lapierre can become something close to that. I just wanted to let you guys know about that, because Vince Ryder in the Anaheim GM mode, he was a beast. He was so much fun to use. It was awesome. But one thing we have to talk about, and it's definitely something concerning. It's something that I've been trying to resolve. I just spent about 20 minutes looking around the NHL for a potential trading partner for Evgeny Malkin, who was, I believe, our second overall pick in the fantasy draft, and it's gonna hurt me to trade him for a few reasons. First reason is he's Russian, he fits in. The second reason is it's gonna be a really hard trade to make. So Quinn, he says, you acknowledged my comment and agreed a video or two ago, but you seem to have forgotten. You must trade Malkin. Galchenyuk should be playing on the first line. He could grow to be around 94. If you do so, trade Malkin for a quality second-line center and a high prospect / picks while he still has high trade value. I agree with you 110%, and I do agree with you as well. So look at Alex Galchenyuk here. He has the key to be one of the best centers in the NHL. 91 overall. He's only 23 years old. This guy is just sick. He's got 88 defensive awareness, 90 offensive awareness, skating is 5 stars, puck skills, shooting, all 5 stars. The guy's a dream player to have, and he's bound to break out now. He's in his third full NHL year. He is bound to break out right now. 55 points is his career high. Honestly, I expect him to be a 70 to 100 point guy, having the skill that he has. So now that brings up Evgeny Malkin, okay? It brings up a few reasons. So I'll go over the pros and cons. The cons, obviously, is Russian. He fits in. He was one of our picks. I don't want to trade him because I don't like making the huge trades for players that are franchise guys. You know, we already traded for Sergei Zubov. That was our big move. But you can see here, Evgeny Malkin, he's got a huge cap hit, $9.5 million. So I've already kind of done some pre-scouting. I'm going to go through all 30 NHL teams for you guys to maybe give me some sort of a vision on who we could trade for. Because ideally, I'd like to trade him to a team that is struggling for centermen, but no team is. Every team has 2 or 3 centermen that could be number 1 legitimate centermen. So pretty much the same problem that we have. Obviously, these guys have McDavid, Kadri, Koivu, Bozak. They don't need Evgeny Malkin, all right? Arizona doesn't need him either. LaFontaine, Lemieux, Patrick, Eichel. They don't need him either. The Bruins, Beliveau, Krejci, Zetterberg. They don't need him. There's so many teams that have number 1 and number 2 and number 3 guys that could all be number 1 centermen. So the one player I'm looking at here is Mark Scheifele, okay? He's 87 overall. He's got a really good contract. He's young. He's exactly what fits the bill. He's a playmaker to play alongside Nino Niederreiter and my boy Nichushkin. So he seems to be the most viable option right now. But you're saying, well, they already have Joe Sakic. Yeah, that's going to be a problem with every team, except for Calgary, but they really don't have anyone that we could take. I don't want Nugent Hopkins because look at the point totals this guy's putting up. 43 points in 2 years. That is just straight up unacceptable. We cannot have that on our team. So we're not going to go after him, but every team has a 91 or a 93 or a 95. Every team is set. Okay, so I'm quickly going to go over the majority of the teams here. If you see a player that we could potentially trade for, please let me know. Like, look at that. They have 2 94 and 96. Like, there's no way that they need Evgeny Malkin. There's no way, right? So it's going to be a hard trade to make. That's going to be a giant challenge, but Again, we're pretty much in the exact same boat where we need to trade a franchise guy because we have a franchise guy coming up. A franchise guy that we're going, honestly, look how stacked they are. They got Smith, Esposito, Stamkos, Matthews, Bufflin, Ryan O'Reilly's making 10.8. They're going to be fucked for cap. Next year, you're going to see some crazy players in free agency. Minnesota's going to be fucked for cap. But every team has a 1A, a 1B, a 1C, a 1D type player, so it's definitely not going to be an easy trade to make. So I definitely need you guys' help. If you see anyone that is like a viable option, you can please let me know. But I think that going after Mark Scheifele would be a decent option. Like you can see here, there's Tyler Johnson. He's decent. We've had him in the past. He's got a little bit of a bigger cap hit, about $2 million more, but he's established. He's a vet. I guess not only 27, but we know what he's all about. Had him in Vancouver. But every team is stacked, so it's going to be hard to make a trade. Look at Tampa Bay. Ovechkin, Howe, Kopitar, Carter, Ladd, Vlasic, Spezza, Goligoski, Edler. Just straight up stacked. So it's not going to be an easy trade to make. I know that. I'm definitely aware. So you guys can let me know. But I think going after, where is it? It's to Buffalo. So going after Mark Scheifele wouldn't be a bad thing. He kind of fits the build. And if Buffalo wants, they could easily play Malkin on the wing. He's only got 72 for faceoffs. So, I mean, that's an option. Nothing is going to be realistic in this GM mode, so we can just throw that out the window. I think that's all we have to go over before we start the year. Here are our lines. We're going to start Galchenyuk on the first line. We're going to have that the way it is. Ratty, Palmieri, Rask. Ratty's going to want to move up, so there's going to be some changes on this team for sure. Zubov, Vilipoka, who's 88, which is awesome, and we brought in Brendan Dillon, and we have Devin Dubnyk, Antti Ranta. So it's going to be Julio Billa in the AHL with Bittner. All these guys, those are all of our prospects. We have the Russian guy here, Lukin, who's got the 6 skating category. Dude's fast as all hell. 71 overall, so it should be fun. Let's get the preseason underway, and then I'll see you guys at the start of the year. All right, so 5-1-1 throughout the preseason. We beat our rivals, Mark Messier and the New York Islanders. That's always nice. I gotta love that. But here we are. Let's get the year underway. Year number 3. So a quick recap. Last year we got bounced in the first round by New York. Okay, I don't want to be a team that gets bounced. If we're gonna make a move, we got to make it early on because I want to have a core group to go through the entire year. I don't want to screw around. I want to have a team that we're gonna go through for a few years. Yeah, there's gonna be a few changes here and there, but I want to have a core group. I want to stop making changes. This Malkin trade is going to be the last one. Obviously, in the first year, we eventually didn't make the playoffs, which was ridiculous because we're so close. But you guys kind of understand what I want to do here. You guys can let me know about the Malkin deal. Let's go here. First game up against the Tampa Bay Lightning. First period, 2-0. Goligoski and Gordie Howe. Second period, Zach Parise. Third period, we cannot pull it through, but Kovalchuk gets a goal there because it's going to be a very interesting year for Kovalchuk. Kovalchuk is really going to have to prove to me that he is a number 1 winger in the league. He's really going to have to prove to me that he's not only a first-line player, but our best player. He has to be our best player. He's our legend, our highest overall guy. He has to be our best player, and he's got 2 goals in 2 games so far, so it's not all bad. 1-1 here throughout the first 2 games up against Wayne Gretzky and the Nashville Predators. They're on a 3-game winning streak. Start the year off. Let's end it here, boys. Let's go. First period, 0-0. Period number 2, 1-0. Ty Ratty, 3-0. Kovalchuk gets his 3rd goal in as many games. Kovalchuk, you really got to prove it to me here, man. I need you to step up big. And he's got 3 goals in 3 games, and they actually snapped their winning streak to start off the year. So that's nice. That's nice. Closing down Gretzky and Keith and Henrik Lundqvist. That's a hard team to beat. I'm impressed. Sergei Zubov got 3 helpers throughout the first 3 games up against Dallas here. Pavel Bure, Nicholas Backstrom, 3-1. There you go. 6-1. We are winning some games right now. Look at Kovalchuk. 5 goals in 5 games. okay, maybe this whole thing is working out. But I do agree with the Malkin deal. Again, I want to make it sooner than later. I don't want to make it at the trade deadline. I want to make it now. I pretty much want to make the trade now, but I don't really know what to do because every team is stacked, and I do want to get rid of him for someone cheap. That's the thing I want to do. I want to get rid of him for someone cheaper. He's got a huge price tag, and yeah, I mean, it's not ideal because we're going to have to re-sign Kovalchuk and then Zubov and I think a few extra small guys. So there's definitely a lot of work to be done here, and it's gonna be an interesting offseason. You're gonna see quite a few players in free agency. It's gonna be definitely a free agent frenzy. But Kovalchuk's got 7 goals throughout his first 8 games. Let's quickly, we'll do a little recap after probably the second month. Let's get the last game of this month underway up against P. Kane and the Ottawa Senators. 1-0 Kovalchuk. Man, this guy's on fire. 1-1 Kovalchuk and Jordan Stahl there. Period number 2. 1-1 still. 15-18 on our shots. Third period. Unfortunately, we do lose Hansel and Kane, but Nino Niederreiter gets a goal there on John Gibson. But Hansel scored. Actually, they scored like 2 goals within like 2 minutes there. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Unfortunately, we do lose there. I wanted to check something really quickly. How many goals? That was Nino Niederreiter's first goal of the year. So maybe the second line is struggling a little bit. Let's have a look here at the stats throughout the first month. Probably get one more month done. I don't want to make this video too crazy long, but I do want to make sure that if I do make a trade, like I said, I want to make it right now. I do want to have a core group going into what is right now and then in the middle of the season. So points wise, Kovalchuk, there you go. 12 points in 9 games, 8 goals. That is awesome. That's fantastic. Parise's right behind him. Zubov's right behind him. Even Malkin's doing great. So maybe we should move Malkin like at the draft. It's going to be hard though. PK Subban, everyone's putting up numbers, man. Everyone's doing great. Wow. Okay, maybe Nino Niederreiter needs to play a little bit better, 3 points. But aside from that, Vili Polka, 2 points. Hannafin, 2 points. Rookie goalies, look at the tendies here. 5-4 for Devin Dubnyk there. And we are 5-4. So we're not doing fantastic, but we're definitely not in a position where we have to start panicking. I do want to slow sim the game against the New York Islanders, though. We got to win 3 or 4 games in a row here before I'm starting to feel comfortable. 5-4-0 up against the San Jose Sharks up in the Western Conference. They're 6-3-1. They got Yzerman and Mike Bossy, and we do get a victory there, 2-1, which is nice. Got to beat P. Kane here. They beat us last week. Let's get a revenge victory. There you go. Kobe's got 10 goals, baby. That is what I like to see. That is awesome. Up against Nino's original team, and can we pull out a victory against Steven Stamkos? 3-0, baby. There you go. Kovalchuk gets another goal. He has been on fire, man. We are killing it. We are killing it. This makes it all harder to go ahead and trade Evgeny Malkin when we are doing so well. 8-4-0, but we are giving him the second line minutes, so it's not like we're burying Galchenyuk on the second line. So this may not be the worst thing here up against our rivals, New York Islanders. Let's go. 1-0, Devon Shore, baby. There you go. Period number 2. 2-1, Valeri Nichushkin, my boy. There you go. Sticks it to Mark Messier. Okay, now hopefully Mark Messier doesn't come through and score a goal. Fucking Schmaltz gets a goal there. Come on. Come on, guys. Hold it down. Hold it down. Let's go times 6 here. Speed it up a little bit. Power play. You can beat Mrazek. He's not that great. Penalty kill. 2 minutes left. Huge kill. Going into OT. Come on, Messier. Don't do this to me. Oh, there you go. Evgeny Malkin. This guy making it so hard for me to trade him or even put him on the block. Oh man, he gets a shootout victory goal, and Nichushkin only with his second goal in 13 games. That's not that great. So we're gonna get the rest of this month done. I don't want to make this video too long, like I mentioned, but Kovalchuk leading the way with 11 goals. That's awesome. I could not ask for more out of him. Kovalchuk versus Ovechkin. Who's gonna win? Who's gonna come out on top? And it was actually Ovi, but Covey did have a goal. Ovi versus Covey up against John Tavares and the Pittsburgh Penguins, and then we got another game back-to-back there, 6-1. Ouch. We have 12 goals in our last 2 games. That's not good, guys. We need a big victory here. Let's snap the losing streak. 5-4. We are letting in some goals right now. Come on, Dubnyk. You're better than this, Dubnyk. You are much better than this. We beat the Islanders last week. We can do it again here. Let's go. First period, 2-0. Zubov and Kovalchuk. The legends are here to play. Period number 2, 2-0. It's ended off here. Third period, 3-1. Nichushkin, my boy, gets another one. And And Mark Messier, where you at, son? Where you at? You are just sleeping. You are sleeping. There you go. Nichushkin gets his 4th. Kovalchuk with his 14th. Kovi's got to be up there for goals, man. He has to be up there. Where is he? Ilya Kovalchuk has 14 goals. He's number 3, so that's pretty impressive. But John Tavares absolutely killing it. Pretty much on a goal per game pace right now for John Tavares. That's ridiculous. We got the Flyers, Montreal Canadiens, and the Pittsburgh Penguins. And I think 1 or 2 more games, and then that's going to round out the year. So Bobby Hall and Saku Koivu, boom, took care of him easy. 3-2 victory. Kobe still got 14 goals. Parise 18 helpers, which is impressive. Up against Tarasenko and the Montreal Canadiens, another victory. See, we're playing so well. It's so hard. It's so hard to trade a player like Evgeny Malkin when we are playing very, very well. But it is very early. It's only November. Up against the leading goal scorer, John Tavares, and I think that was a loss. I think we lost there, unfortunately. And a home and home, it looks like. And I think we dropped both of those games, unfortunately. Oh no, we won 9-1. Holy fuck, how did I not see that? 9-1. Oh my god, let's see here. Let's see the stats on that. Who put up points? Oh my god. That was on the 25th. This is the 26th. Go down to the 25th here. Holy god. Okay, so Mario Lemieux had 4 points there. Zach Parise had 6 points. Holy shit. Zubov had 4. Oh my god. That is a thrashing. The Capitals thrashed the Penguins 9-1. Holy crap. Okay, so we can afford that 5-4 loss after winning 9-1. Holy crap. Okay, 2 more games left here in this month, and then we're going to call it an episode. Let's go here up against Calgary. First period, 0-0. Period number 2, 1-0 Devon Shore, and another 3-0 shutouts, Parise and Victor Rask. Parise is definitely getting a Team of the Week card for this week. Oh my god. Dude is killing the game right now. There you go. So let's do a little wrap up here. We're 15-6-2. That's pretty decent. That's very, very impressive. I thought we were going to be struggling a little bit, but maybe having Malkin on the second line isn't the worst thing in the entire world. We're first in the Metro. Where are we? Holy shit, Tavares leading the way in points. Wins were number 1, and goals were tied for 5th with Ovi, Voracek, and Thomas Vanek. Look at freaking John Tavares, just killing it. Assists, we are number 1 and number 3, so that's very impressive. And points, we are number 5 with Zach Parise, 32 points. That is extremely impressive. Look at Marty Brodeur in LA, just having a ridiculous year, 1.76 goals against average. In very Marty Brodeur-esque, he's doing his thing there in LA. We're the 4th best team in the league, 15-6-2 after the first few months of simulation. So do we make a trade now for Malkin, or do we wait till the trade deadline? I don't know what to do. This is a very, very tough position. Where are we for points wise? So look at Parise. Oh my god. He has 10 more points than games. That is almost 10 more points, but that's very impressive. He is ripping it up right now. Our captain, Zach Parise. Sergei Zubov has 28 points in 23 games. That's awesome. And look at Kovalchuk. Okay, so he's having a great start to the year. Hopefully he can keep that up. Malkin's got 24 and 23. Nichushkin's got 14. Only Galchenyuk's got 14 points. That's a little bit concerning. See, after I'm hyping up Alex Galchenyuk so much, he's only getting 14 points. PK Subban, 13. Niederreiter, there you go. So everyone seems to be doing pretty decent. Vili Polka and Noah Hannafin seem to be struggling a little bit there. Let's go to the goaltenders, and 15-6-1 for Devin Dubnyk with 3 shutouts. That's pretty impressive. And how is the AHL squad doing with Julio Billa? Not so bad. They're doing pretty decent. So I'm pretty happy right now. Let me know on Evgeny Malkin. It's going to be very interesting, but I feel like I'm ready to get back into the swing of things for GM mode. Expect a lot of it in the coming future, but until then, I will see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching. What the hell are we going to do with our center problem?